Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting right into it here. First serve, Mounties taking on the Hurricanes. Overpass and a quick point for the Mounties. We are here in historic downtown Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, in the eye of the hurricane, the McMillan Center for Community Engagement. Float serve goes long. These two teams trading points. They are neck and neck in the standings. Hurricanes coming in at 6-3, winners of their last two. Mount A started the season hot, 5-1, but have since lost 4 straight. They're sitting at 5-5, looking to turn their season around. Morgan White, deep serve. That was going to find the back corner. It was number 10, Cotton, third-year left side, having to be defensive a bit on that serve receive. White coming into this match with an incredible 4.2 points per set. Scoring machine for the Hurricanes. And about half her points come from the service line. Look for her to have at least one ace per set. Front row for the Hurricanes now, Sweet Apple, Baranaba, and O'Neill. O'Neill played a great game yesterday, efficient swinging. Hickey went with the left hand. Think she could have got something better out of that one. Committed to the dive a bit early. I'd like to see her take a few more steps, try and get there on her feet. Credit the good serve right at the seam, though. That's Cotton, who struggled on serve receive earlier. There's a good pass. Baranaba finds a way. Mounties couldn't handle that middle attack. Look for the Mounties to run middles as much as possible. They are their most efficient hitters. Looks like Emily Botma is front row right now. She's a fourth-year middle, 5'11", out of Halifax. Outside swing, Julia Henry into the block. Oh, no. You notice the middle was serving Baranaba. Doesn't have those instincts a Lib would have to step in right away. Anything elevated. A Lib's going to jump in, demand control, take that first ball. Tough float serve. Overpass. Hurricanes running ragged out here. Haven't been in system very often. Credit the Mounties, a hot start. Mounties starting 3 PEI products here. Number 1, Monica Gallagher, is a libero. Number 2, Amanda McBain, the fourth-year setter. And number 4, Julia Henry, a left side from Red Point on PEI. That was a service ace for Botma. Bump set, double block, dug by the setter. Middle steps in for the second ball, over top of the block, controlled. Hickey doesn't get all the way to the pin. O'Neill just muscles that one through the tape. That ball didn't get all the way to the pin, and there's still a hole in that block. Number 9 for the Mounties, Erica Estefan, needs to close that block better. Uh-oh, trouble on that pass. Henry's just going to have to send it over. Oh, not a great dig. O'Neill going for that deep shot that scored quite a bit yesterday. Big block by O'Neill. That is a real big block for the Hurricanes. Babby and O'Neill, 2 long athletes. Long arms, good press by both of them, sealing that net. And good control of the hands, bringing that ball back into the center of the court. Sweet Apple, nice deep float serve. McBain outside to Henry. Dug by Marble. O'Neill powers it through. Over top, in between, take your pick. Hard to defend when O'Neill is going right through that block. You want to rely on your blockers to create a shadow, a place you don't have to defend on the court. Right now, Mounties are having to defend all 81 square meters over there. And there are quite a few Mounties fans taking the trip over across the bridge. And I mentioned there's a lot of PEI players on this Mount A team. It's a bit of a homecoming. Sweet Apple with the service ace. Sweet Apple starting to feel it a bit. See if she can keep her head level, not get ahead of herself. There's a good serve receive. Astafin has to send it over, and then McBain has to send it over. Big time swing, White. That was the same hand contact she has on her serves, where it's got that right to left spin, curving at the end, a little tail on that ball. Almost like a late curveball. Looks like it's coming straight at you, but if you're watching that spin, a little bit of an end over end. There's a good pass. McBain forces it to the right side. Good use. Chloe Nichols, she's their most efficient pin hitter, coming in today at .126 percentage. Oh, trouble on that serve receive. O'Neal. Tight pass, and then a tight set. O'Neal couldn't get her feet underneath it. On those tight balls, you really want to get your feet to the net and then jump straight up. You don't want to jump into the net. Back row option wasn't ready. Hickey, poor decision there. Maybe White wasn't on the same page. Haven't seen a C ball to Sweet Apple yet. Not going to see it on a serve receive like that. O'Neal needs to focus. They're going after her. Especially with all that traffic. Hickey and Babby. Ooh, they catch a break. Hurricanes took their time in the huddle. Head official Lindsey Corkum not going to wait for them. If the server's ready, they're going to go ahead. Something to keep an eye on. 10-10, we're all square here. O'Neal, float serve. Handled well. McBain pushes out to Henry. Got underneath it. O'Neal will serve again. O'Neal and White are the engines that drive this Hurricanes team. It's where the majority of their scoring comes from, those two players. Both from PEI as well. 9 Mile Creek, O'Neal hails from. And White coming to us from right here in Charlottetown. White in the front row now. She hits a .22 percentage. Big block by Babby. It's recycled. McBain's going to send over a free ball. O'Neal. Hickey can't get it all the way to the pin. But White makes it work. And you saw Hickey helping up Henry there as Henry came under the net. Those two played beach together this past summer. They went to Canada games together. They know each other very well. There's a service error. Now you'll see a libero switch for the Mounties, utilizing the both liberos for defense and for serve receive. Monica Gallagher is the daughter of a teacher here at Holland, Bob Gallagher. White goes line. Good soft block by McBain. That will go long. I mentioned it earlier, the Mounties, not a very efficient team hitting from the pins. When they can get their middles involved is when they have success. But the tough serving Hurricanes, they're looking to keep them out of system with hard-driven serves. The Hurricanes coming into this game as the top serving team in the ACAA in terms of service aces per set. They have 4.46 service aces per set Good for first in the league. And with all those points coming from the service line, they make up for their mediocre play at the net with just 8.49 kills per set. That's only 5th in the league. So the points got to come from somewhere, and this Hurricanes team, it comes from the back line. Mounties, if I were to guess, good pass, going to force the middle here. Astafin, she's coming into this game hitting at 300. And when I say hitting at 300, that means not quite every third time, just under every third time she makes contact at the net, it's a kill. Hitting percentage is calculated by taking kills minus errors divided by attempts. Very similar to batting average in baseball. Babby with that float serve outside. Great dig by the middle Babby. Baranaba tips, collision. Smart tip. Cotton reached back. She needs to trust her lib. Olivia Roach. Looked like Roach was able to get there. Cotton, cardinal sin, reaching back as a blocker. Back row attack. In there. Great job. Nice run, Chloe Nichols. 5'8", outside swinger from White Rock, Nova Scotia. (15-12) Hurricanes lead. White with a great pass, step around set, Baranaba bailed out by a net touch by the Mounties as that ball goes well long. Baranaba might have been a half a second late there. Set looked to be all right, maybe a bit tight, tough to tell from my angle. Hickey goes after the seam. Henry can't get a great pass on it, and that'll be a service ace for Ella Hickey. Chalk one up for the Hurricanes. McKenna Marble in as the lib right now for the Hurricanes. She's spent some time as an outside swinger, now stepping into the libero role. Gallagher. Now it's Cotton. Will find the back corner. That's going to score everywhere. So tough to defend that back corner. Deep shot over top of the block. I'm seeing some of the men's team on the bleachers chowing down on some Mary Browns. I'm a bit jealous. But we're back to volleyball, and Baranaba shuts the door. Great close on that left side swing by the Mounties. Baranaba able to get there, get both hands up, pressed, push that ball back into the open court. Mounties have McBain penetrating from one, so the pin hitters are switched. Nichols lined up at the left side for this one rotation. Great pass, Gallagher. Botma puts it home. And that all came from the pass from Gallagher. And with the top spin serve, you really just want to find it on your midline. When you start getting outside of your body, trying to pass, the platform can be broken. Tough ball. It's going to have to be free. Cotton with the pass. McBain pushes to Botma. Tries to go over top of the block. Couldn't find high hands. Serve here for Baranaba. The Australian middle for the Hurricanes. That one goes into the tape. Hurricanes, at least in the winter sports, basketball and volleyball, across all four teams, there are 3 Aussies joining us on PEI. One for the women's volleyball, one for men's volleyball, and one for women's basketball. Nice little pipeline we have set up there. And how about that? Big swing for Nichols. showing her mettle today. See if the Hurricanes will start keying on the right side. Henry hasn't been able to get going offensively. Maybe sacrifice the one-on-one out there to get focused on the right side. Marble. O'Neill into the block. It's played up. Botma bump set. Henry tipped. Still alive. Oh, it's played. That was probably going wide. Cotton. Costly error. Hurricanes scrambling to keep that ball alive. Sometimes that's all you need to do. If the other team's going to make errors, don't need to interrupt them. Sweet Apple gets the overpass and the ace. Gallagher ready for a deeper serve, had to dive forward, sprawling, and now we'll see a new lib, Olivia Roach, third year for the Mounties. How about another ace, Sweet Apple. Mounties really struggling in serve receive, and Coach Krause has seen enough. Into the game is going to be Sarah McGinnis, second-year lib. She's listed as a libero. She'll come in as a left side sub, probably just for the back row serve receive. So Hurricanes blockers can mentally cross out a pipe run. That's an assumption on my part anyway. 3 straight aces, Sweet Apple. And Krause has seen enough. 23-16, Hurricanes getting it done from the service line. A little bit of a break in the action. Take some time to thank our sponsors for the athletic year of 2022-2023. Maritime Bus, Sports Center Physiotherapy, Chucky's Sports Excellence, the Dairy Farmers of Prince Edward Island, Keep It Social, and ADL. Thank you for supporting Holland College Athletics. You know, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. This doesn't just happen. Shout out to our athletic staff. Got my man Mason Murray on the tunes here. Sweet Apple will swing. Oh, sorry, not swing. Serve out of the timeout. Front row hands for the Hurricanes. Hickey, O'Neill, and Babby at the net for the Canes. There's a better pass. McBain, a lefty swing. Not the greatest dig, but that's enough up. Hickey's got to take that. No excuse there. She hesitated. And she knows it. Logan Tate, second-year setter, into the game for the Mounties, getting that front row, back row switch, keeping 3 swingers at the net as McBain was going to come up. Also in the game, Ella Boudreau, first year. Nice tough serve. Back row run. Look at that ball spin, almost parallel to the floor. That ball's rotating. Spinning like a globe. You usually see top spin on back row attacks, but she's got that thumb up hitting the right hemisphere of the ball, really dictating the path with the hand placement. Outside, tipped into the block, sent over, kept alive. Hickey's gonna swing. And there's the beach experience. Very comfortable swinging at the net. Ella Hickey puts it away. Hickey, quietly a very efficient hitter. She comes in at .356. She doesn't send balls over herself very often, but when she does, 4 out of 10 times, 3.5 times out of 10, it's a kill. Hurricanes handle that first set pretty well. Mounties really struggled on serve receive. That's the one area that you can fix and things will start to open up for you. Middles didn't get a lot of attacks. We've been mentioning their middles are very efficient, but there's really no opportunity to get it to them right now. Trying to read the lips of Coach Kraus down there in the Mounties huddle. He's either saying set the middle or has anyone tried the new McGriddle? Not sure which one. Nice to see a few young volleyballers helping out with the 3-ball system on the side there. All three were in attendance at the Hurricanes Academy volleyball tune-up camp this spring. This summer. Great opportunity to train with some Hurricanes players and Hurricanes coaches. Fine-tune your skills before school tryouts. Love to see the game grow here on the island. Slow and steady, we're developing that community. It's a fast-growing game all across the globe. Hurricanes emerging from the huddle first. Looks like they'll stick with their lineup of Babby, Baranaba, O'Neill, White, Hickey, Marble, and Richardson. Haven't seen much of Richardson, the second lib. Marble's doing a decent job. Both teams getting lined up in their rotation. Worth noting, the Mounties just got their gym on their own campus renovated, so they've been playing out of Crandall all first semester as their gym wasn't usable while under construction. So perhaps that has thrown a wrench in things on this 4-game losing streak. Baranaba, too big, too strong. That's ours in the gym. The joust win at the net. Lifting heavy things pays off. 4-person serve receive for the Mounties. Able to cover more court, but more seams, more confusion. That time it goes long. Mounties are sticking with the setter, number 5, Logan Tate. She's a 5'9", out of St. John, New Brunswick. McBain didn't play a bad set last time, but Coach Kraus just wanting to get a different look out there. Sweet apples, stuffed. Goodness gracious, Delicio stuffed crust. It's not delivery, it's Delicio. Sorry if you can hear me drinking my tea. That time a service error by Tate. But for the Mounties, you got your steal, meaning when you're serving, you're able to defend and get a point. Volleyball is designed for the team receiving the ball to get a kill. It's really an offensive game. So when you can get points while serving, it can often be the difference. Great pass, right in system. And there's the middle run for the Mounties. Number 9, Astafin. Not the hardest driven ball, just placed well. And to get out of Morgan White's serve on the first side out, so important. Don't want to let White get going from back there. O'Neill now swinging. Dug well by Henry. Outside. O'Neill's there in the pot. Sweet apple. Roll shot dug by Gallagher. Tate bump set back to Henry. Tries to tip. Bump set was not in the greatest location. Looked like Henry sort of took off from the green line out of necessity. Like to see that pipe run leading the hitter in front of the attack line. Take off right behind that red line. Contact while you're above the yellow, perhaps. It's going to be a free ball. And struggling once again on serve receive. Mounties can't make a habit of that. Tougher said than done with Baranaba back there. She's got a hard float serve. Holy cow, that thing's moving. Great job by the Mounties. Good hustle. Love to see Boudreau laying out for that. Now, you don't have to be a good volleyball player to do those sorts of extra curriculars. You know, diving after the loose balls, giving it everything you got until that ball hits the floor. They're calling that up. Nope. Lines person, Kaylee McKinnon, all over that one. I think they got that one right. Baranaba with the ace. Mounties really need a side out. Look for them to go right side here to Nichols. There it is, Nichols, blocked, recycled. It's going to go outside. And that set was not where it needed to be. It's a good option. Recycle on one side, go to the other side. Just need a bit better location on that set. But that being said, a bad set's not an excuse for a hitting error. Got to find a way to make it work. And that one almost right into your living room. Baranaba, after a good run, sends that one a couple meters out the back. Tough serve, handcuffing O'Neill. Right in the butter zone, Erica Astafin. So tough to handle a float right at the numbers. Not low enough to get the platform. O'Neill tried to backpedal. Ooh, just long. Sweet Apple will serve. Front row hands for the Hurricanes. A little bit of topspin on that. Sent over, party ball. Babby is dug. Bump set. White. Great save by Babby. And a tomahawk by Marble. Sweet Apple. Great dig. Whoa, there it is. 2 contacts. Gallagher in. They've changed up the liberos. In that time was 6. McGinnis. She's changed jerseys. Sweet Apple. This time a decent pass by Henry. Just a bump set. Mounties can't get anything going on offense. Gotta wonder how long the leash is here for Tate. And a service error. Mounties really need to start earning their points. Getting a lot of points off errors from the Hurricanes. I'm sure you'll take them, but that's not a good recipe going forward. Giving it right back with a service error. Mounties look all out of sorts in this set. Hurricanes playing steady. Nothing special so far. Good hustle by Tate, getting a hand on that, but a real poor pass from Henry. We'll see a front row, back row switch here. That setter switch to try and keep 3 hitters at the net. Number 14, Danielle Cumby into the game, as well as Amanda McBain. O'Neill still serving. Hurricanes getting all the bounces off the tape right now. It's going to take a real shift in momentum to get the Mounties back in this game. And it's got to start with the serve receive. Oh my goodness. Mounties collapsing in on themselves like a dying star right now. Who's going to step up and be the leader for the Mounties in tough times like right now? Decent pass, back set. There's a good swing. That's Boudreau going backdoor to 6. That was probably a good cross block for a left-handed right side, but for a right-hander, there's a little more space to get between. Good serve. Hickey's got to go outside. White, line shot in there. Tit for tat. Beating the block on the inside both ways. Babby. There's a middle run. Botma, great dig by Babby, outside the shoulders. O'Neill, wow, miss hit. Tried to patty cake that one over. Volleyball is one of those sports where if you try to slow things down and play carefully, your mechanics break down, you don't swing at the same speed, things start to fall apart if you're not swinging your normal swing. O'Neill, great pass. It's got to go over. It's still alive. Still alive. Great dig, great defense. Sweet apple goes deep. Outside, Henry off the block, dug by Marble. Outside, White. Tried line, hit tape. There's a good rally for the Mounties. See if that'll be the spark for Mount A. In there, dropping at the last moment. Botma with a service ace. Now the middle is serving, so there's no lib on the floor for Mount A. McDonald, Charlottetown product. Gonna step in, play the middle role here for Baranaba. Get a bit bigger block, possibly. O'Neill, good job to get her platform on that one. White, over top. It's dug, but a blocking error by the Mounties. Tough pass. McBain's got a bump set. Henry didn't have much of an angle there, but got to do something better than that. Cotton will come in for Henry. She's been the serving target, it looks like. Now will Hickey go after Cotton? She does. Cotton's not ready. I don't know what the seam call was, but with that float serve, if it starts right at you, commit to it no matter what the seams are. It did float back towards the middle. There we go. McBain to Cotton, dug by the setter. Marble with the set, and a swing through the block, Sweet Apple. White, Sweet Apple, and McDonald front row for the Hurricanes. Oh, another long one for the Canes. I believe, now this is unofficial, I'm going to guess Hurricanes have 4 or 5 missed serves, giving away half the points that the Mounties have won. Great pass. Timing was off that time. Hickey. So miscommunication there between McDonald and Hickey. Not sure who was early, who was too high. See if they run it again. Nope, back to White, goes cross court. Doug, party ball, Doug. Gallagher stuck out a chicken wing. Couldn't get her arm rotated to get that fleshy part of the forearm under it. Caught it on the, I don't know what that bone's called on the arm. The one that's right up from your thumb. That pointy edge. You want to turn it, get the flat edge where all the soft, squishy stuff is. A little more control. Great seam. Uh-oh. O'Neill. Yeah. McDonald. Hate to say it, middles have a tough job, but McDonald's in the way that time. Got to vacate that area, let the setter come in. A great location on that serve. You see all that traffic in that lane towards one. Cotton, smart play. See all the Hurricanes pushed over to that side. You got Rideout, McDonald, Hickey, all standing in front of White. There's a good pass. Outside, O'Neill. Long. Oh, don't call it a comeback. 5 points away. Rideout. Oh, Gallagher sprawled. Looked like she was ready to come forward on the, it went off the block. Hurricanes men's team loved that timeout call by the Mounties. Now the Mounties, excuse my pun, mounted a bit of a comeback. But then, things got away on that last point. It's going to be big to get this point out of the timeout. Can't afford to fall down 7. Now 5 is a big lead at the best of times, so really got to chip away while there's still room. Hurricanes, they can be fine with just siding out the rest of the way, but I don't like that strategy. I like to stretch the lead as much as you can. Don't get complacent. McDonald will serve. When her serve is on, it can be really tough. Commentators curse. Those darn commentators, always screwing everything up. Uh-oh. Bad pass, only one option. O'Neill, yep, Batma on the tape. Now, as a former left side player, I may have been a bit selfish on some serve receives and purposefully give the setter one option. myself. Still alive, that can go over. Oh, good hustle by Cotton. We've said it all afternoon, serve receive. Another timeout for the Mounties. Could be a little too late now, though. I see former Mounties player and former Colonel Gray Colonel, Megan Adams, in the house. Megan is also helping out on the island, doing some coaching for Colonel Gray. Like we said, love to see the volleyball community give back to the next generation. You see a few future Hurricane stars over there on the side getting some touches. Now for the Mounties, got to take every opportunity to build momentum. Even if it's for the next set, it all matters. Oh, the result could be cosmetic at this point. Hurricanes in really good position to take this second set and go up 2-0. But the Mounties can't roll over and die just yet. Got to make the Hurricanes finish it. Good serve from Rideout, tight pass. Serve receive has been nothing short of bad. Right out. Another tough serve receive. Goodness gracious. Got to reset, Mounties. See if they go with something different. Hurricanes, I'd imagine they'll stick with their starters and then get a few reserves in if it goes the way the first two have gone. Hurricanes playing very well, very steady. Like I said, nothing too special, just bread and butter offense. Led by O'Neill and White. Sweet Apple's been fairly efficient. Hasn't had the same volume, but converting when the opportunity presents itself. Sweet Apple's really contributed from the service line. See a couple of volleyball dads up there stretching the legs. Don't want those starchy jeans to get too stiff. I believe that's Mr. McBain up there, Amanda's father, and possibly Mr. Gray, Carson Gray from the men's volleyball team here. There's some young volleyballers. All right, serious question, audience. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Take the day, think about it, get back to me. All day, every day, I'm saying yes. Don't tell me it's one piece of bread, because what is Subway? You're gonna tell me that's not a sandwich? I don't buy it. And then you go to a restaurant and you see an open-faced steak sandwich and all rules are out the window. Is bread on butter an open-faced butter sandwich? These are the questions that haunt me. Is cereal soup? I don't know. Less of an argument for that one, I'd say. Well, we're back to volleyball. Enough talk about sandwiches. My mouth is starting to water. It'll be Tate back in the game for the Mounties. Henry back in as well. See if the serve receive can get going. Tate with a good serve. White from the right goes long. Not a great approach there from White. She's a natural left side player, but as a P1, you have to hit one ball in serve receive when the setter serves. From the right side, Bernaba tips, dug well by Henry. Nichols, good dig. Free ball. Wasting a dig there, need to get something out of system. Oh, good cut. Astafin. 2-0 Mounties, good start. Really good serve right at the seam. White, roll shot to the pot. No one is ready for it. Tate, got to play defense first. Setter might have seen that off-speed shot coming. Committed to getting to the net for the set. Vacated her defensive area, and you know, the pot is a shared responsibility defensively, right in the middle of the court. But as the one defender, you got a really short path to get there. So I'd like to see Tate commit to defense a little more. O'Neal, thunderous swing, and Baranaba cleans up the trash. Good soft block by the Mounties. It hung around the net, and Baranaba buries it. White, miss hit there on the serve. She's not had a very good serving day today. But that's the risk you take with top spinners. There's not many in the women's game for whatever reason. That's a topic for a different day. White, it's got to go over. It does. Tate, big swing. Astafin. We've seen Astafin go to 5 a few times. See if the Hurricanes block will start to take that away. Line up with her right shoulder instead of square on. I believe Tate just called to play for the middle. Oh yeah, everything going for the Mounties now. You can feel the momentum swing. Hurricanes are on their heels. Now Henry needs to put this serve in. Service error can kill momentum quicker than a hiccup. Oh! Gotta go, gotta go. Tate pushes it out. 2 touches called on Tate. Now it's Baranaba serving. Right after the tough top spin serve from White, you get this really hard-driven float serve. Uh-oh. Momentum. The Mounties had it just 15 seconds ago. 2 errors in a row, and the Hurricanes are right back in this match. Volleyball can swing so quickly. Decent pass, bump set, hitting error. 3 straight errors for the Mounties. Not a bad bump set, but I'd really like to see Tate hustle and get her hands on that. Bump set, to me, should be a last resort. But that's just me. Nice play at the net. Hickey takes the first ball. Bernaba tried to step in. Babby saying her bad, got to get out of the way, let the back row middle come in and take it. Now Marble in for the middle. McKenna Marble's parents were watching yesterday. I'm assuming they're watching again today, so hello, Marbles. Not mozzarella, not cheddar, going Marble. Back row setter for the Mounties, front row for the Canes. Tipped over, dug well, tight ball, stuffed. Party ball, good play at the net. One-on-one, O'Neill off the tape. Really nice. That one called out by the lines person. From my vantage point, I thought that one was in, but we'll see what the referees decide. Ultimately, it's up to head official, Lindsay Corkum. Ultimately, it will be Hurricanes' point, and those things happen in the run of a game. You know, you got to play through the adversity. Not every call is going to be perfect. Officials are human, and, you know, there would be no game without officials, so you just got to play through. We're thankful to have the officials here to do this game for us. And you just got to believe those calls are going to even out in the run of a game, in the run of a season. (7-6) Hurricanes lead. They are up 2-0 with a stranglehold on this match. Mounties have lost 4 straight coming into Charlottetown today. They've plummeted down the standings. I believe they're in 5th right now. Hurricanes in 4th, I believe. In the playoff format, top 6 teams make the playoffs. 1st and 2nd seed get a bye to the semifinals. 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5 in a quarterfinal. And if I were the Mounties, I would be screaming, ball don't lie. It's another one of those Brett Butler passes where it's only available to go to power. O'Neill back to the serving line now, 8-7. Hurricanes lead, trading points back and forth. Out of system. Nice shot over top of the block. Boudreau starting to turn it on. She's had quite a few errors, but in the last few points, staying steady, placing that ball deep in the corners. It's front row hands, Tate at the net. Nice patience by Botma. Botma made a nice play at the net there. Veteran player in this league. She's a 4th year. It's a dig by Nichols. Outside Henry. Stuff. Block. Return to sender. Ella Hickey getting up there, pressing over the tape, wrapping that ball, sending it straight down. Babby. Decent option there. Tate, not a bad time for the dump. Got to execute better, obviously. Nobody tries to make an error. unless we have a double agent. Tate, back row to Nichols, blocked by Baranaba! Slamming that door shut. Those late hands by Baranaba, Nichols did not see those. Tate's front row with Botma and Henry. Gonna go to Henry here. Roll shot, dug well. Don't love that choice by Hickey. Botma. Outside, White, off the block, and a two-touch called. I was saying I don't love that choice to dump it by Hickey. If you notice the play just prior to that, Tate scrambling to get to the ball, running to the opposite side of the court, and then through the court. Give that ball to the left side. There's no block out there. Hickey outside, gets all the way to the pin this time, and a lucky bounce off the tape. Hey, got to be good to be lucky. Timeout called, Mounties. That's 2 used already here. We're in the middle stage of this set. But I like that call. Down 4. Can't afford to let this get to 5 or higher. See Coach Hoskins for the Hurricanes talking to Mason Babby, his middle blocker. Looks like he's saying to get on the left shoulder of the block. When she's playing in the back row there, you don't want to hide yourself behind the block. We mentioned earlier you got to treat that block as a shadow. And, you know, if a player goes over top of the block into that shadow, hats off to them. But you got to trust your block is going to be there, get a piece. Babby serving. Nice float serve. Handcuffed Boudreau back there. No, it's self-defense mode at that point, but if it's above your numbers, that deep in the court, pretty good chance it's going to sail long. Outside to Henry, backdoor, 6 shot. A little too much line given. Saw the set go a bit past the pin. Set block wasn't quite in the right spot by Hickey. Well, unless that's what they're being told to do. Scramble ball. Free ball sending over to the middle. Estefan still alive. Hickey's going to swing. Oh, and a double touch. What a killer. Kraus has seen enough. Another setter switch. Setter's sort of like a quarterback for the volleyball team, running the offense, spreading, getting everybody involved. Quarterback, point guard, whatever metaphor you want to use. You don't often see teams switching back and forth so often as the Mounties have today. Hickey, one-footed set. Still alive, McBain. Blocked. Estefan sealing the net, sending it back. That's going to be huge for the Mounties if they can start getting some blocks. You know, manufacturing points when the pin hitters are not being super efficient. And when you can't get the ball to the middle. Lift called. Pin hitters are switched here, so Sweet Apple, this is the one where she's going to swing on the left side and White will swing on the right side. Well long, but for the Mounties, you got your 2 for 1. Got that steal. Now you got a side out on the first one here. Keep going 2 for 1. 2 serves to the Hurricanes, 1 serve. Back and forth, claw back into it. Top spin serve, White. Free ball. 1-on-1, O'Neill. Leave no doubt, Jenna O'Neill. White. Serving run can all but seal this one. Free ball. Can the Mounties defend? Oh, man. Got to see those blockers out of position. Once again, left side left with a 1-on-0. Nichols was running from the opposite side of the court and serve receive. Hickey elected to go to the middle. Baranaba hits out. O'Neill off the block, good dig. McBain, really good looking swing, but a better dig. Another opportunity for the Mounties. Marbles underneath that one. Back row attack. Gallagher with a dig. Mounties brought their shovels here. Outside, O'Neill into the candy cane and point for the Mounties. Mounties need to use that as some momentum. Build some energy off that defense. Really great effort. Hurricanes can't get complacent now. Got to go right after them. Put this game away. Ow. Miscommunication with the middle and setter. Nickel. Blocked! O'Neill and Baranaba coming together. Baranaba and O'Neill Roofing Co. And that lead stretches back to 4. Uh-oh. That's going to land in. Use it as a free ball. Sweet Apple finds that back line. Wow, lucky for the Hurricanes. They got that one to go. They got a free ball on that overpass and did not look very in sync on offense. Mounties going to run out of time here if they don't make a push soon. Free ball. Mounties need to defend. Outside, O'Neill, 1-on-1, off the block. Great dig by McBain. Babby bounces one. And the Hurricanes storming ahead. 20-14, looking to put this one to bed. A little bit of top spin on that one. And the Mounties, the body language says it all. They've turtled. Someone's got to be a leader over there for Mount A. Keep the chins up. It's not going to happen by accident. They've got to be the agent of change here. They catch a break on that service error. Astafins needs a run. Botma front row for the Mounties. They still have Nickel front row as well. Tough float serve. It's alive. Good dig. Outside. Big swing through that hole in the block. Not sure if Sweet Apple drifted or if Babby didn't close. Whichever way you slice it, there was a hole in that block. Nice swing by Boudreau, finding it. Better pass this time. Oh, miscommunication. Oh, man, that was going wide. Mounties making some costly errors in crunch time. Sweet Apples had a good day from the serving line. See if that'll continue. Goes after the seam. Henry with a 3-ball pass, maybe a bit tight. Back row attack. Tip. Nobody's there. (23-16). The writing is on the wall. Sweet Apples sidewinder. Float serve into the tape. Well, Nickel needs to go on a heck of a run here from the service line. There's a good start. Babby just sends it over. Nickel, give it back to her. No, outside. Great swing. Boudreau not ready to give up. If the Mounties had serve received a little better early on, this game could have gone a lot different. There's Babby. Another ball that was going out, but the Mounties touch it anyway. Hurricanes. Victory, 3-0, 3-0. Going undefeated this weekend. Winning in 3 straight yesterday against the Dragons and 3 straight against the Mounties today. Thanks for tuning in, folks. I've been Brett Butler here with the Holland Hurricanes. We'll be back in action next weekend, I believe, with a few basketball games. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay frosty.